So in just the last few weeks, three things happened in AI that on the surface seem totally disconnected. But when you put them together, they show us something huge is changing. First, Meta and Harvard released an agent that proves the system around the AI can be way more important than the AI model itself. Then this tiny 7 billion parameter model just pops up out of nowhere and starts running circles around models 5 times its size. And to top it off, a major AI lab quietly dropped about 60 pages of its secret training recipes into an old paper. So what in the world is going on here?
You know, for the longest time, the rule in AI was super simple. Bigger is better. If you wanted better results, you just needed more data, more computing power, and of course, a bigger model. But that rule, well, it's starting to break.
And that forces us to ask a really fundamental question. Is this whole race to build the best AI really just about who can build the biggest, most massive model? All the evidence we're seeing is starting to scream no. A whole new way of thinking is taking over.
And this slide right here, it just lays it all out perfectly. We are shifting away from a world where we thought bigger model equals better AI to a brand new era where the mantra is smarter system equals better AI. It's like we're moving from pure brute force to something a lot more like elegant engineering.
All right, so let's dig into our first piece of evidence. This comes from a project from Meta and Harvard. It's called the Confucius Code Agent, and it is a perfect showcase of this new philosophy in action.
The whole idea behind this Confucius agent is a concept they call scaffolding. And the best way I've heard this explained is with the Formula One car. Think about it. The AI model, that's your engine. It's incredibly powerful, right? But on its own, it's just a chunk of metal. The scaffolding is everything else. The chassis, the aerodynamics, the tires, the entire pit crew. The engine gives you the horsepower, but it's the total system, the scaffolding, that actually wins you the race.
So how does this Confucius system actually do it? Well, it's got 3 key tricks up its sleeve. First, it uses this hierarchical memory to solve one of the biggest headaches with AI agents. They forget stuff. By breaking down and summarizing long tasks, it keeps the agent from losing the plot halfway through. Second, it has a dedicated note-taking system, kind of like an engineer's personal journal, that helps it learn the specific quirks of a project over time. And third, it treats its tools not just as simple commands, but as their own little mini-apps, with their own memory and state, which makes them way more reliable.
So here's the kicker. This is the part that really matters. Look at these results. Claude Opus is a top-of-the-line, more powerful model. But when you take the mid-tier model, Claude Sonnet, and you wrap it in this incredibly smart Confucius scaffolding system, it actually outperforms its bigger, supposedly better brother. A smarter system beat a bigger model. That's our first huge takeaway.
Okay, that was Exhibit A. Now for Exhibit B. This whole smarter, not bigger idea, it's not just about the stuff you build around the model. It's also happening inside the model's own architecture. And a new model called Falcon H1R 17B shows this perfectly.
So this model has just 7 billion parameters. Now, in the world of AI today, it's tiny. It's a lightweight. You'd normally think, okay, this is just for simple stuff. But this little model has a pretty serious secret weapon. And this is it, a 256,000 token context window. I mean, that is just insane. It's huge. This allows the model to see and reason over massive amounts of information all at once. We're talking entire code bases, huge research papers, whatever you throw at it. It's like having a tiny, super fuel-efficient engine with a gas tank the size of a swimming pool. So how on earth did they pull this off? It really just comes down to a much smarter design. The architects created this hybrid, kind of mashing together 2 different types of AI architecture to get the best of both worlds. They combined the raw reasoning power of a transformer with the efficiency of a newer design called Mamba 2. Then they paired that with a really specialized training process that was all about rewarding correct, verifiable thinking.
And this chart, man, this chart says it all. This little 7 billion parameter model is going toe-to-toe with, and in some cases even beating models that are 2, 3, even 6 times its size. And this is our second big takeaway. The advantage of just having a giant parameter count is getting smaller and smaller when the architecture and the training gets smarter.
Okay, so we've got smarter systems and we've got smarter models. Our third piece of the puzzle adds this layer of corporate strategy to the whole shift, and it comes from a company called DeepSeek.
And this is what makes this part of the story so interesting. With zero fanfare, no blog post, no tweet, absolutely nothing, DeepSeek updated an old research paper for one of its models. The paper just ballooned. It went from 22 pages to 86 pages overnight.
It was a massive and completely silent information dump.
So what was in all those extra pages? The short answer is pretty much everything. They basically gave away the entire cookbook. They revealed their full 3-stage training process, the secret sauce for how they got their models to be so good. They added a ton of new benchmark data and even included these detailed appendices that are basically an IKEA manual for anyone who wants to replicate their work. And get this, they even admitted which of their experiments failed. You almost never see a major AI lab do that.
This move, of course, immediately set the AI community on fire with one question: why? Why would a company just give away its trade secrets for free? Well, the most popular theory is pretty simple. You only reveal everything about your old tech when you're getting ready to release something new that is way, way better. This feels like they're clearing the stage for a major announcement.
So let's step back and connect all these dots. A smarter system that beats a bigger model. A smaller model with a brilliant design that punches way above its weight. And a top lab strategically releasing all of its old secrets. What does it all mean when you put it all together?
It means we are literally watching the new playbook for AI development get written in real time. We learned from Confucius that the scaffolding around a model can actually matter more than its raw size. We saw from Falcon that a smarter architecture can let smaller models compete with giants. Together, those two things mean that system design is the new battleground. And finally, DeepSeek's bizarre move shows us that in this incredibly fast-moving field, openly sharing yesterday's tech is actually a powerful strategic move to set the stage for tomorrow's big leap.
All of this leaves us with one final and absolutely crucial question for the future of AI. For years, this race was won by the people with the most resources, the biggest labs. But as we've just seen, a new kind of competitor is showing up. So who wins the next leg of the AI race? The labs with the biggest models, or the teams with the smartest architects? The game is changing, and honestly, the answer is no longer so obvious.